A Central Texas teenager spent part of his summer in Denmark, and he brought home a world championship.
As KXAN's Chris Tavares tells us, Gabe Gigout is a powerlifter with a story much more impressive than how much he can bench press.
Under the shade of a barn in Elgin, the sounds of summer are broken up by the clanking of iron. Gabe Gigout is working out with his dad and trainer, Shane Gigout, preparing for powerlifting competitions around the world.
It's really awesome because not only is he just my coach, but he's my dad, and we've always been really close. We've always been like friends.
In late May, and with a lift of 275 pounds, Gabe set the American record and won the IPF World Bench Press Championship in Rogby, Denmark for the 114-116 division.
I mean, it's awesome to get the records, to get the medals and everything, but my biggest thing is I just want to encourage people. And that's where I take most of my pride, is being able to encourage people and being a light to others.
That light comes from Gabe competing in non-disabled divisions, despite being born with spina bifida and not having any use of his legs.
Me and my dad were talking, and he said, we can go into the Paralympics. And I asked him, I said, can we compete non-disabled as long as we can? As long as I'm able to, can we? And the reason why is because I think that would be my goal as far as this, is to encourage people, not disabled or not, to encourage people. And I think that me doing it non-disabled in a wheelchair is a bigger inspiration, because nobody expects, a guy in a wheelchair to go outside and start lifting weights.
The doctors began to see a change, and they started calling him the light of the NICU, that he was just such a light in there, even as young as that, 6 weeks old.
But how bright that light would shine was in doubt when Kathy Gigout found out about her son's condition.
I'm carrying this child, and I don't even know what's going to happen when I give birth, and it's a scary, scary thing. But I relied on my faith in Christ and scriptures to get me through that.
Once Gabe was born, though, there were countless surgeries and a 6-week stay in pediatric intensive care.
My husband says it was the most devastating thing for him to see, because actually Gabriel's legs were they looked detached. They were laying up here, and his feet were touching his face.
For a long time, for years, I went through this thing of why me? Why do I have to deal with this? Why? And I don't want anyone to ever feel the way I felt as far as why me goes. I want people to be able to say, you know what? I don't care what I'm in. I'm coming out of this. I'm not just going to stay and buy into this situation. I'm going straight out of it.
And that's where Gabe's powerlifting comes in. Traveling the world, competing against able-bodied athletes, defying the odds and inspiring others.
It honestly is just a God thing, because no one can explain it. He shouldn't be sitting up, he shouldn't be doing the things he's doing, and he definitely shouldn't be lifting weights. He doesn't have all of his spinal cord.
It's not so much that I've accepted my situation, but I know that no matter what comes my way, I'm not going to let it get me down. Because if I'm already in that situation, I might as well go through it instead of just wallow in it.
Powering through the competition and all of life's adversities. Chris Tavares, KXAN News.
Gabe is paying his own way to compete in the Paralympics in Rio de Janeiro. Very impressive. If you'd like to help out, just look for this story on our website, kxan.com.
Inspiring young man. Something you may not have realized is that spina bifida can be a preventable condition. It occurs in the first 28 days of a pregnancy, before most women even know they're pregnant. If women were to take folic acid supplements prior to becoming pregnant and throughout the first trimester, the risk of spina bifida is reduced by up to 70%. It is estimated that 70,000 Americans live with spina bifida.